If you are a beginner to PTE, then trust me, this video is for you, because in just 20 minutes I'll be giving you complete understanding of the format, the tips and tricks and templates for the entire PTE academic and PTE core exam. Want to make most out of this video? Make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on 2025 Understand PTE modules in just 20 minutes. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also to tell you, we have released our first ebook on the PTE speaking with the name PTE Speaking Cheat Codes by Nakul. The link in the description. You can click the link and buy the ebook for a very nominal fee. The ebook has got everything that you need with respect to the PTE speaking, including the complimentary practice material sample responses that are given by me. Alright, without wasting any time, let's get right into the video. When we talk about PTE, we have four things: PTE speaking, writing, reading and listening, irrespective of PTE core or PTE academic. PTE academic is usually for academic purpose and also for PR purpose if you are going for Australia. PTE core is for the PR purpose for Canada. Let's dive into PTE speaking. We have 5 modules in PTE speaking: read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture for PTE academic, respond to situation for PTE core and answer short question. Let's start with PTE read aloud. It looks something like this. You will be given some 30-35 seconds odd to prepare, and once 35 seconds is done, there would be a beep sound. Once the beep sound you hear, you start reading it. Once you hear the beep sound, meaning the microphone is now on. If you don't speak for first 3 seconds, the 4th second microphone will turn off. There is no way you can give the response again. And once you click the next button, there is no way you can come back to the previous question throughout the exam. 6 to 7 questions of read aloud to come in the exam. You can expect some 35 marks from this module to speaking and 35 marks from this module to reading, because this is an integrated section. How you're evaluated? It's 5 for content, 5 for fluency and 5 for pronunciation. But remember, it's the fluency that wins the race over the content. Now let's understand how to give the perfect response for your PTE read aloud. Technology has transformed the way we live, work and communicate. With the rise of smartphones and the internet, staying connected has never been easier. However, this constant connectivity comes at a cost. Many people feel overwhelmed by the never-ending stream of notifications and messages, which can make it difficult to focus on tasks. That's how you do it with a rhythmic speed. The fluency will be perfect. As a result, you get the full marks from read aloud towards your reading and speaking both. Let's quickly move on to the second module called repeat sentence. They're going to play an audio. You have to listen to the audio and repeat exactly as it is. 10 to 12 questions of repeat sentence you can expect in the exam. Some 30 odd marks to speaking and some 30 odd marks towards your listening, because this is also an integrated section, meaning you listen and then you speak. It looks something like this. There will be 2 boxes. The top box is for the audio, the speaker. It says beginning in 3, 2, 1 and audio begins. Please come to the next seminar properly prepared. The bottom box is beginning in 1, recording. There may not be a beep sound. Usually there is no beep sound, and once you see recording, you have to start speaking. Once you finish repeating the entire audio, click the next button and move on to the next question. How you're evaluated in repeat sentence? It's 5 for fluency, 5 for pronunciation, but 3 for content. Let's understand also the tips and tricks with respect to repeat sentence. Don't worry too much about the content. Pearson says if you speak all the words correctly, you get 3 out of 3 for content. If you speak 50% of the words correctly, you still get 2 out of 3 for content, which upon doing a lot of mathematical calculations would give you the same scores as one would get by speaking entirely. So the idea is very simple. Don't give preference to content. Speak some 50-60%, but get your fluency right, you're gonna get full scores. Let me show you a small demo regarding the same.
The essay will argue that the technology does more harm than good.
The essay will argue that technology does more harm than good. You can skip, or you can say the essay will argue the technology and click next. The flow is the one that gives you scores, not just the content. Remember it. Next we move on to describe image. This is the third section where you get 4 to 6 questions and it contributes some 10 plus marks towards your speaking alone, because this is not an integrated section. They're gonna give you a picture. It could be bar graph, line graph, pie chart, flow chart, process diagram, maps, or just a picture of a building. Could be anything. They're gonna give you 25 seconds to prepare, and once 25 seconds is done, you listen to the beep sound. You should start speaking for the next 40 seconds. How you're evaluated? It's 5 for fluency, 5 content and 5 pronunciation. But here as well, it's the fluency, the rhythm, the flow, without any fumbles or hesitations matters the most over the pronunciation and content. But yes, content also matters to some extent. You gotta speak something from the image. This is the template. The image provided is a dash that gives information about dash. While x-axis talks about dash, the y-axis talks about dash. The second line comes only for the bar graph, line graph, pie chart, flow chart and all. Second line, you should not speak. Then the three key main ideas. It is evident that conversely, another interesting point is overall this image illustrates. You conclude it. Let's see a small demo for this picture. The image provided is a bar graph that gives information about yearly turnover of cafe from 2018 to 2023. While x-axis talks about the years ranging from 2018 till 2023, the y-axis talks about the values from 0 to 54,000. It is evident that in 2018 only 35,000 is the annual turnover of the cafe. Conversely, in 2023 the value has gone to the top with a value of 54,000 yearly turnover of the cafe. Another interesting point is from 2018 till 2023 we can see an upward trend raising from 35,000 till 54,000. Overall, this image illustrates the yearly turnover of the cafe between 6 years from 2018 till 2023. The next is retell lecture for PTE Academic. The task is retell the lecture. You're going to listen to the audio and then retell the audio. The audio length could vary between 40-50 seconds to 2 minutes. It could be anything, and once the audio ends you get some 10 seconds preparation time. Once 10 seconds is over, there would be a beep sound. You got to start speaking. You will have a booklet and a pen. When the audio plays, you can make some sort of notes, and once the audio ends after 10 seconds, using the notes you're going to speak with the template that I'm going to share. Since this is an integrated section with listening and speaking, this contributes some 7 to 10 marks towards listening and 7 to 10 marks towards speaking. 1 or 2 questions you can expect from this section. Let's also quickly understand the strategy. What a lot of people end up doing, they listen and they write the short notes at the same time. You should never do that, because doing 2 things at once, you're going to make a mess out of it. The idea is very simple. Listen for 5 seconds and then decide, okay, this is what I'm going to write. Then write for 5 seconds. When you write, don't listen, and when you listen, don't write. This way you alternate between listening and writing. 5 seconds listening, 5 seconds writing, 5 seconds listening, 5 seconds writing. Do this 5-6 times. You will have 5-6 phrases. Use the template and start speaking. When you speak, don't worry about the grammar, don't worry about the logic, don't worry about whether you're making sense or not. Just read as if you're reading a read aloud. This is the template that I was talking about. The lecture discusses. In the beginning the speaker explained about, later the speaker said, here the speaker also mentioned, in conclusion the lecture effectively summarized. In place of retell lecture for PTE core students, there is this thing called respond to a situation. This is similar to retell lecture, but they're going to give a scenario, something like this. You are in your house, bedridden, request your professor to grant you 15 days extension, submit the assignment. What they're going to do is they're going to speak this. It could be a very lengthy one, approximately. It's going to take some 15-20 seconds for them to speak this. So 20-second additional time once they finish speaking for 15-20 seconds. Another 20-second preparation time will be given. So overall 20-second preparation time, plus in the beginning they're going to read this text. So around 35-second preparation time you get. Read the question quickly and write some 3 sentences. Use the template that I gave you. Just speak. Remember, throughout the speaking, it is the fluency that wins the race over anything else. So how you are evaluated in response to situation? It's 5 for fluency, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for appropriacy. Don't worry too much about it. The template that I gave you will cover all these things. So let's see a small demo with the template. This is the question. You have a seminar tomorrow, but you're sick. You went to see the doctor and you're advised to take 1 week rest. So you need a week off. Go to the professor's office, and what do you say to him? Hi, Mr. Professor. Firstly, it is quite evident that I'm sick and completely bedridden. Then it seems that the assignment that you gave will not be completed in a week's time. Therefore, I would request you to grant me additional 15 days of time so that after 15 days I can really work towards it and come out victorious and give you the best project possible. This not only helps me to fulfill my aspirations, but also pushes me to believe it's a second chance for me to work hard towards it. That's all the response to situation is. Speak for 25 to 30 seconds, more than enough. After this comes answer short question. It's a dummy module. It will not be scored. Hardly it can contribute 1 mark to speaking or listening, but don't worry too much about it. 4 to 6 questions may come. You don't have to practice for this. It looks something like this. They're going to play the audio. What comes after Monday? And then it says beginning in 2, beginning in 1, beep. Tuesday, if you say, you get the marks, but don't worry too much about it. It's not going to give you any scores. We have skipped this and still got people 90. So what's the strategy? You listen to the question. If you know the answer, you tell the answer. If you don't know the answer, speak something relevant to the question. If you don't understand anything, you can just repeat the question or say thank you and move on to the next question. What comes after Monday? You can say Tuesday. Who is ophthalmologist? If you know that he's an eye surgeon, you can say eye surgeon. If you know that he's a doctor but not sure in which specialization this guy comes into, then you can say doctor. If you don't know anything, you can say I don't know about it. All this is not going to give you scores, and that ends up the PTE speaking section. Then comes the writing module. Summarize written text. They're going to give you a paragraph. You have to summarize it in one sentence. For PTE Academic, in one sentence. For PTE Core, you can use 2 sentences as well. 1 to 2 questions and not more than that. Contributes marks to your writing and reading, because you got to read and then write. 4 to 5 marks max you can consider for this question. So how you're evaluated? Form is 2 marks, 5 to 75 words. If your answer is within this range, for PTE Academic, you get 2 marks. For PTE Core, it is 25 to 50 words. Content 2 marks, grammar 2 marks, vocabulary 2 marks. Don't worry about all these things. I give you a strategy, just follow it, you get complete marks for this. So what's the strategy? Copy 2 random independent full sentences. It should not be half sentence. After full stop, you copy paste until you find one more full stop. Do this twice. Between them, add a comma and connector and or but, anything towards the end, put a full stop. That's all summarize written text is all about. Ideally 40-50 words is more than enough for PTE Academic or Core, both. Let's see a small demonstration. This is a big paragraph. I've taken 2 full sentences, and at the bottom I've added and comma and in the end I put a full stop. That's all summarized written text is. Now write essay will come. This is for PTE Academic. For PTE Core, email writing, which I'm going to talk in just a while. The essay will look something like this. They're going to give you a 20-minute timer. Within 20 minutes you're going to finish each and everything. 1 or 2 questions, 20 marks max and not more than that. This module contributes marks towards your writing. And how you are evaluated? Form is 2 marks. Between 200 to 300 words if you write, you get the 2 marks. Content is 3, development, structure and coherence is 2 marks. Grammar is 2 marks, general linguistic range is 2 marks, vocabulary 2 marks, spelling 2 marks. Don't worry about all these things. The template that I give you will fulfill all this. All you have to do is make sure between 200 to 300 words, and grammar and spelling should be precise. Content, write anything from the question. After the recent update, the things that you should be avoiding: avoid using one word template, meaning everything template covers. You just have to put one topic, rest all template covers. This is not going to give you scores. Avoid using keyword template, meaning entire thing template covers with dash comma dash comma dash dash comma dash comma dash. All this not going to give you scores. And avoid writing something very much irrelevant to the question. Whatever the question you read, you got to write something relevant to it. I'm going to give you 2 templates. Template A, you can take a screenshot. This works. Second, in the 3rd paragraph, there are 5 sentences that you need to write. This going to be template B. You can write this as well, or the previous one. Both are giving scores. You don't have to worry. In both the templates, 2nd and 3rd paragraph, 5 sentences you got to write on your own with a mixture of simple, compound and complex sentences. This is a small demonstration. I've shown how to fill the template as well. You can just take a screenshot of it. You get an idea as to how to write the entire essay. Next is email writing for PTE Core. Max 20 marks, same as the essay for PTE Academic. Number of questions 1 or 2, but here it is not 20 minutes. It is just 9 minutes. And how you are evaluated? Form is 2 marks. You got to write between 100 to 120 words to be on the safer side. Content 3 marks. Email convention 2 marks. Grammar 2 marks. Organized structure 2 marks. And vocabulary 2 marks. Don't worry about all these things. Give me the grammar, spelling and the form. Content to some extent from the question you got to get full score, because the template that I share will cover each and everything. There are 2 types of emails. One is formal email, meaning it comes for official purpose. Another is informal email, meaning personal emails. Accordingly, we have 2 different templates. So this is a template for formal email. You can just take a screenshot of it. And this is a question I've shown how to fill the formal email with the template. You can take a screenshot again, and this is the template for informal email. You can just take a screenshot of it, and here I've shown how to fill the same informal email template with the content. You can take a screenshot of it. Now comes the reading section. Reading section, there are 5 modules. One is reading, writing, fill in the blanks. After that comes choose multiple answer, reorder the paragraph, reading, fill in the blanks and choose single answer. This is how reading, writing, fill in the blanks looks like. There will be a paragraph, there will be a blank, and each blank will have 4 options. You click on that, it just drops down the list with 4 options, out of which 1 is correct. If you are the writer, which one would you select? So it's a writing skill as well. Each word that you give the correct answer for will give you 2 marks. 1 will go to reading and 1 will come to writing. 5 to 6 questions you can expect from this module, and approximately 25 marks this contributes towards your reading, and 25 marks plus it contributes towards your writing as well. Let's quickly solve a simple question here. This is how it looks like in the exam. Thomas Alva Edison, the dash inventor, the Pacific, pediatric, pleasant, prolific. The prolific is someone who is efficient. Prolific inventor is the correct answer. Here it is checking your vocabulary as well. Prolific inventor behind the light bulb and phonograph was as eccentric as he was brilliant. One of always leads to plural, one of the habits or locations, not view or collection. One of his strangest, it cannot be one of the locations, it has to be habits. One of his strangest habits was a specular method of interviewing potential employees. He would invite them for a meal and secretly observe how they dash your soup. Dash their soup? Soup you don't drink. You either eat the soup or season the soup. Seasoning means you just sprinkle some salt and pepper. If you read the next line, it says if they added salt, so it is seasoning, not ate. The third one answer is seasoned their soup. If they added salt, dash tasting it. Read further. Edison assumed they were too quick to act without analyzing situation, meaning they added salt before eating it. So answer has to be before tasting it. First is prolific, second is habits, third is seasoned, and fourth is before. After this comes multiple choice. Choose multiple answer. There would be a paragraph and a passage, and there will be some options. More than one option would be right, but trust me, you don't have to worry about it. Don't practice. In the exam, just click one and quickly move on. You don't do this, then you don't get enough time to finish your reading section. From my experience, I'm telling you, after seeing so many students, more than 30,000 students, you gotta click randomly one and move on. Don't take 2 minutes to solve this question. Next comes reorder the paragraph. 2 questions or sometimes 3 questions can come. 5 to 6 marks max to reading and not a priority. It looks something like this: A, B, C, D. It will be completely jumbled up. You read from top to bottom, it will not make sense. Your job is to rearrange them so that it actually makes sense. The concepts involved are a little tricky. You can check my reorder part 1 and part 2 video. You will get more insights on this, and that should be more than enough. And how you are evaluated here? Very simple. Every correct pair will give you 1 mark. Suppose if the correct answer is C, B, D, A, and your answer is D, A, C, B. Very simple. From left to right, I repeat, from left to right, I repeat again, from left to right, every pair you match. CBDA is the correct answer, yours is DACB, so CBDA you match, it's not correct. BDAC, it's not matched, it's not correct. DACB, not matching, so again 0. If your answer is BCDA, then the correct answer is CB, your answer is BC, not matching. BDCD, not matching. DADA, matching, so you get 1 mark. So whichever the pair matches in the order, you get that mark. 1 mark for each correct pair. But trust me, don't worry too much about it. Finish my 2 videos, more than enough. Just go to examination hall. Give 1.5 minutes to solve this. If you can solve within 1.5 minutes, well and good. If you're not able to, still well and good, randomly drag and drop some pattern and move on to the next question. This is not a priority. After this comes reading fill in the blanks. Very, very important. It looks something like this. There would be a paragraph and there would be some blanks. At the bottom there would be some options. You got to select the options, drag the options and drop them. One option can be used only once. Once you put it to a particular blank, you can again alter it and change it to some other one, but one option can be used only once. 5 to 6 questions I can expect from this section. Very, very important. Just like reading, writing, fill in the blanks, you can expect some 25 plus marks towards your reading alone. Reading, writing, fill in the blanks contributes marks to reading and writing both. Here it is reading alone. 1 blank will give you only 1 mark to reading. Let's see a small demonstration. The 2024 Asian Champions Trophy Women's Hockey Final is a highlight today, with India facing China 2 after 2 verb 1. You need grammar, collocation and lot many concepts. If you want more detail, you can check my 6-hour full course on reading fill in the blanks. The video is somewhere there. You get complete idea on what I'm talking about. To dash the title, it's a collocation. To defend your title, defend gonna be first one. Meanwhile, blah 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 has brought critical discussions about global climate goals, including dash commitment. You strengthen your commitment, so it is strengthening the commitment. It's a collocation. The next one is where gang violence is causing mass. People end up writing mass media. No, it's mass displacement. If there is a violence, people would move to another place. It's mass displacement. On the global economic front, Western financial policies are, after R, ING probably will come, are drawing the criticism. You invite the criticism. That's what it is. After this comes the last section, multiple choice, choose single answer. Similar to choose multiple answer. Here a big passage. There is a question, but only one answer is select. If you still have time, you can solve it. If you don't have time, randomly click one and move on. Remember, entire reading is timed. To save that time, I have given you the strategies to skip choose multiple answer and choose single answer. If you don't do it, then you wouldn't even reach the reading fill in the blanks. Well, within that, the timer would expire and you will have to sit for the exam again. After this comes the listening section. There are 8 subsections inside listening for PTE Academic, 7 for PTE Core. The first is summarize spoken text. The plain audio, including the audio, the entire task is just 10 minutes. The audio would last for probably 1 minute, 40 seconds or 2 minutes. When the audio plays, you make some notes, and once the audio ends, use my template and put these notes into the template, correct it grammatically and make the spelling right, and make sure it is well within 50 and 70 words for PT Academic, 20 and 30 words for PT Core. That's all it is. The strategy here remains the same as your retell lecture. Listen and write, and don't do it at the same time. It looks something like this. They're gonna give a big box beginning in 12, 10, 3, 2, 1, the plain audio. Once the audio ends, you can type over there, cut, copy, paste, almost not required. Word count will be displayed at the bottom. 1 or 2 questions you can expect from this module. Maximum 6 to 8 marks towards your listening, of course, and writing, because you're listening and writing as well. The strategy, same as retell lecture. How you're evaluated: content is 2 marks, form is 2 marks, 50 to 70 words for academic, 20 to 30 words for PT Core. Grammar 2, vocabulary 2, and spelling 2. So here, whatever the template and the content that you have, make sure grammatically it is gelling, make sure there are no spelling mistakes. So this is the template for PT Academic. The talk was about, firstly the speaker talked about, later the speaker said, furthermore the speaker provided imperative information on. In the end, the speaker left an important note on. You can alternatively use the retell lecture template as well for summarize spoken text. This is for PT Academic. For PT Core, it's hardly 20 to 30 words, so we cannot have a very lengthy template. You can use this kind of a template. The talk was about, firstly the speaker talked about, however it seemed that that's it, 3 phrases you got to write. But let's say you've written a lot, then you don't need a template, you just need some linking words. You can alternatively use the template too as well for PT Core. Something like the talk was about, firstly, however. After this comes multiple choice, choose multiple answer. You're going to click one option and move on to the next question. This is not going to give you scores. Once the audio gets played, right, the next button will not be activated. So listen to the audio, try doing it. Once the audio ends, you have the answer, select and move on. You don't have the answer, randomly select one and quickly move on. All these are not going to give you scores. Also remember, entire listening is timed. Some 30 minutes will be given. Within that, you have to finish all the sections. The most important section, right from dictation, comes in the end. If you focus more on choose multiple answer, you wouldn't even reach to write from dictation. Write from dictation contributes 50 marks to listening and writing. This is not going to give you scores. So follow my method. Click one and quickly move on to the next question. After this comes listening fill in the blanks. Very, very important module. It looks something like this. They're going to give you some time beginning in 10 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go, and then the plain audio. There will be a text. Education is one of the most valuable resources that an individual can, dash will be there. The dash will be filled in the audio. Now you listen to the audio and type. Either you can type directly, or I can write down in a book that is given to you, booklet and a marker. And once you finish writing, once the audio has ended, you can transfer the answers quickly by typing into the computer. Remember, here you're listening and writing. So the marks will be equally divided, each blank if you write the correct answer. It will give you 2 marks. 1 will go to listening, 1 will come to writing. 2-3 questions, 10 to 12 to 15 marks you can expect from this module. To listening separately, 10 to 12 to 15 marks you can expect towards writing separately. Next comes highlight correct summary. This is not there for PT Core. Don't have to worry. PT Academic students, follow the same method that I told for choose multiple answer. Wait for the audio to end. Once the audio ends, click one and quickly move on to the next question. If you don't do it, then last write from dictation you cannot reach. After this comes choose single answer. Same method as the previous question. Click one and move on to the next question. And then comes select missing word, the plain audio towards the end of the audio. He has been beep, and you have to guess what it could be from the context. If you can make a guess, you make a guess and choose an answer. If you cannot, click one and quickly move on. All these are not going to give you scores. You follow this, then you succeed. You don't follow this, trust me, definitely you will have a tough time. And then comes highlight incorrect words. Very, very important. You got to highlight the incorrect word, meaning there is a text. If you see elephant tusks involved from teeth, and the plain audio something like this, and in the audio they tell differently.
Elephant tusks evolved from teeth.
They told evolved from teeth. Involved is given. You take a mouse and do a single tap on the word involved, it gets highlighted in yellow. It's not double tap, it's just one single click. You do a double click, it gets deselected. Be very careful. Like this, you just select whichever is correct. You get 2 marks from each incorrect word which are highlighted correctly. 1 mark will go to listening and 1 mark will come to reading, because you're reading and listening both. There is a negative marking. This is the only section which has negative marking, which is considered seriously. Though choose multiple answer in reading and listening also have negative marking, that will not be counted, don't worry. But here negative marking will be counted. Negative marking gets applicable only when you select something which is not an incorrect word. Let's say you selected the word giving in the first line, but they told giving only, and you selected giving thinking it is an incorrect word, there you get -1. But let's say there's a correct answer, involved, they told evolved, that's different, and you did not select. Then do I get negative marking? No negative marking. Negative marking is only when you select something which is not an incorrect word, meaning in doubt, don't select anything. 2 to 3 questions will come, 12 to 15 marks you can expect from this module. To listening and reading separately. The last section is write from dictation. Very, very important section. When you reach here, if you follow the strategies that I told you, you will still have 3 to 4 or 5 minutes left. 3 questions can come or 4 can come. If 3 comes, 35 to 40 marks you can expect to listening and writing separately. If 4 question comes, some 50 marks you can expect to listening and writing separately. So what's the task? They play an audio, you listen to the audio and write exactly as it is. Now you can write down on a piece of book that is given to you and then transfer your answers by typing. But if your typing speed is very fast, directly you can type. So how you are evaluated? If the question is he develops the project, there are 4 words. He develops the project. You write exactly as it is. You get 4 to writing and 4 to listening. Very simple section. On top of that, we have a lot of strategies. Let's quickly read them. The sequence doesn't matter. You can write the project develops he or he develops project the. Still, grammar is not going to give any marks here. You still will get 4 out of 4. You can add extra words. There is no limit. You can add any number of words, but there won't be a lot of time to add. So add some 3 to 4 words or 4 to 5 words, whichever you think is required. Something like he develops the project or projects. Write both. Develop or develops or developed. Write all the 3. The was there or not, I'm not sure. The, a, in the end you can add. Also you can add extra spellings if you are not sure. Capital letter, small letter is not going to give you any marks. You can write all caps, all small. First letter capital or small, it is not going to make a difference. Full stop and comma is not going to make any difference. You want, you can put 1 dot towards the end. Let's see a small demo of write from dictation.
The pandemic led to a significant increase in remote work across the globe.
So this is the answer. The pandemic led to a significant increase in remote work across the globe. 13 words are there and the below answer. The pandemic I've written twice. Led to a significant increases in remote works across the globe, and the. This also will give you 13 out of 13. If possible, don't write like this. Towards the end, you start adding the extra words. Absolutely fine. I really hope this was an informative content. Quick content for all the PTE beginners who want to understand the format, at the same time tips and tricks, templates and each and everything. I hope the video was informative. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe. And leave your valuable comments in the comment section. And also, like I told you, if you want an online assistance, you can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. And also, like I told you, we have released our official PTE Speaking Cheat Codes ebook. If you don't want to miss out on the contents provided there with the complimentary practice materials, click on the link below in the description. You can buy it at a very nominal fee. With this, I'll park the video here. This is Nakul, Nakul, signing off from Skills PTE. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.